What's going on, guys? Marcus here with the Reformation Woodshop. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 10 more table saw accessories that will help you elevate your woodworking game. On this channel, I don't really beat around the bush. I get straight to the point because this channel is made for doers, not viewers. All of the videos that I make are for people who are actively trying to do or make that same thing, or might need some more information on a specific tool. So, with that being said, let's hop straight into item number 1. Oh yeah, by the way, stay tuned to the end of this video for a pretty big announcement. When working at the table saw, precision is the most important possible thing outside of maybe safety that you can keep in the front of your mind. Making sure that every single cut is perfect so that you can get the highest level of quality in your project is most important. One of the ways that you can do that is with these 1, 2, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3 blocks have an endless amount of uses, but for me specifically, I'm using them for blade setup, specific links for batch cutting, and just table saw inspection in general. These guys are made of hardened tool steel. They are precision ground on all 6 sides. These blocks are 3 inches long, 1 inch tall, and 2 inches wide. My full-time job is cabinet making, and there's a lot of repetitive cuts. Whenever I'm cutting out frames for cabinets, most of the time all of our rails and stiles are about 2 inches, with some of them being 3. So I can take this block, take it to the table saw, set it in between the blade and the fence, and it'll be exactly 2 inches every single time. Which means that every single cabinet that we build forever will be the size of this block, and not based on me eyeballing it with the ruler that's on the table saw. And if for some reason you needed your table saw height to be exactly 1 inch, 2 inches, or 3 inches, you can always use this guy as well. You can get these guys for $20.99 on taytools.com. It's a really good deal for something that has so many uses. And this guy doesn't have to solely sit at your table saw. I've used it as a jig for other machines as well. Or you can just strap them together and make it the most sturdy square you've ever seen in your life. Item number 2 is not WD-40. If you ask somebody how they were going to go about cleaning their cast iron tabletop surface, most of the time they'd probably tell you to spray some lubricant on it, sand it up to a high grit, and then toss some wax on top of it and call it done. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to go the extra mile and give our table saw an absolute spa treatment. Item number 2 is Carbon Method Superior Tool Protection. I know that this one's going to take a little bit of convincing, so let me just get my sales pitch out the door. Carbon coating is a molecule thin layer of diamond hard material that means you'll never wax your table saw again. I'm a little lazy and I'm constantly tired of cleaning and maintaining my table saws, so after seeing a few videos on Instagram, where if you're interested you can follow me right here at the Reformation Woodshop, I saw tons of videos of people showcasing Carbon Method and it blew my mind. The first thing I'm going to do to prep my tabletop is use this reconditioning oil. All you have to do is spray it onto your cast iron, and then you use an abrasive pad to get in there nice and deep and clean out all of the pores and get out any rust that's on your table saw. The kit that I got contains the Carbon Cleanse, which is a decontaminator for carbon coating application. After that, you'll apply your Carbon Coat Graphene Protection. It seals your tool with a graphene coating that fills pores and completely seals the surface. Finally, after that, you'll apply Carbon Glide to further reduce friction and get back the hours of your life you used to spend waxing. It is more of a financial investment up front, but over the course of time, it saves you more time and money. So I call that a win. Either this is the smoothest cast iron tabletop of all time, or I have just really strong fingers, you know? Here's the table saw. This is your miter slot gauge right here, so if you change the angle of your blade, this dust collection will swap with it. This is the entire cavity or inside of your table saw. If you're running dust collection, especially on a saw like I have at my job, where it's a cabinetry saw, so it's supposed to be more permanent, fully sealed, so that you can create a vacuum of dust collection in there. The issue is that every single table saw has this huge slot right here. It doesn't create a perfect seal, and so MicroJig has a solution for that. This is the MicroJig Magnetic Dust Cover. It is $10.99, and its whole goal is to improve your dust collection ecosystem by sealing the bevel slot opening in your cabinet saw. This magnetic dust cover installs over the bevel slot to generate greater suction and prevent dust from escaping the cabinet. While running the saw, I kept having this issue where dust was just all over my feet. There was just more than what was coming off the blade, and I didn't understand what was going on. After paying close attention for a little bit of time, I realized it was coming out of that slot. And because I hate dust, I don't want it in my nose, eyes, face, anything like that, or on my clothes, I sought a solution, which MicroJig jig happened to have and happened to already make. What's great about this magnetic dust cover is you can cut it to size to fit your table saw. All you need to do is cut the slot and it fits right around your blade height wheel or whatever you call that thing under the table saw. Quick note, this is made specifically for cabinet saws, not job site saws, so I don't think anybody with a job site saw is looking for optimum dust collection anyways. Items 4, 5, and 6 all run together, and the whole goal of all 3 of these items is to make it so that you have less blowout, tear out, chip out of whatever the materials are that you're cutting. Oftentimes, if you pick up bad quality materials or don't maintain your tools, your wood can blow out or splinter on the table saw. My first solution, which is item number 4, to fix that is zero clearance tape. I'm sure you know about zero clearance tape, and most people use it at the miter saw, but you can also use it on your table saw, as long as you make room for your writhing knife. If you're not familiar with zero clearance tape, it's made specifically to go over your blade slot to make more of a surface for wood to run along. All you have to do is take your tape, run it along the blade slot of your table saw, run your blade straight up through that tape, and now you in essence have a tabletop that runs right up to your blade, which makes your wood more supported, which means less blowout. It is called zero clearance tape, but it's not really like tape. It's a hard plastic that's really rigid and really durable, so it's not gonna break and disintegrate very easily. I get mine from fastcap.com, and I'll have that link down in the description below. A pack of these guys comes with 5 2-inch by 16-inch pieces, so you can go ahead and do your table saw and your miter saw if you need it, which is what I did. If your zero clearance tape didn't work and your table saw is just cutting crummy, most folks would bust that guy off of there and throw it in the trash, sadly. And there are actually things you can do before going and wasting your money on a new blade. And one of those things is item number 5, the Blade Clean by Microjig. This system is exactly what it sounds like. It's a tool specifically designed to clean your table saw, miter saw, and even your circular saw blades, and it's even got a slot for router bits and other kind of bits that might need cleaning. In reference to the table saw, all you have to do is unlock that blade. It even has this magnetic handle you can grab your blade with, add some cleaner into the system, and then you'll just take that magnetic handle and rotate it opposite of the blade kerf, and it'll get all of the gunk off of the kerfs of your blade. A lot of times you look at your blade and you see that it's dark and dingy, and you think it's just dull. But the Blade Clean makes it so that you can just clean it up, make it nice, sparkly, and new, and prevent yourself from having to buy brand new blades. In reference to cleaning solution, I just used Fabuloso diluted down with water, and on top of cleaning all of the blades in the shop smelled absolutely fabulous. This system is right at $100, but if you go buy a brand new blade today, you're gonna spend $60. If that blade starts to go bad and in 3 months you need to go get another one, that's another $60, $120, adds up, it multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. If you can maintain and maintenance your blades and make it so that they cut more efficiently over time, you'll end up saving money. All right, let's get straight to the point. If items 4 and 5 didn't work for you and you still got crap cuts on your table saw, you know exactly what you need, and that is a brand new table saw blade. Suggesting that you get a table saw blade for your table saw is kind of like saying, hey, you should buy gas for your car. Obviously, it's kind of redundant, but I'm specifically saying that you need to be getting a quality table saw blade. This is the thin curved 10-inch combination blade with 50 teeth, and it's part of CMT's newest line of ITK Extreme table saw blades. All of these blades are thin curved industrial quality blades and will deliver an outstanding cut, minimal stock removal, which means more material at the ends of your project, and it generates the least possible stress on your saw. So if you're like me and you have a basic Delta saw, you don't want to put that motor through more than necessary. It's laser cut premium quality steel. It's chrome plated, which helps protect the blade from corrosion, rust, resin, and residue buildup. It's got an extreme balancing system that delivers extremely accurate dynamic blade balancing. Its teeth are specially formulated chrome carbide, ensures cutting teeth stay sharp longer while reducing cutting edge abrasion, improving your cut quality. And that's really what we're talking about here. This blade is normally about $72, but it's about 50% off right now at TateTools.com for $38. Item number 7. In a video I did a couple of months ago, I featured a machinist square, but I happened to find another that I like a little bit more, and I'm going to show you why. This is the FastCap Magnetic Micro Square. This magnetic micro square makes squaring up your saws and your other machines effortless. What makes this guy different from other squares is that here in the bottom of it, it's got 2 very powerful magnets. That way, if you need to, you can attach it directly to your blade. It'll stay right where it needs to, and then you can square up your blade to your table saw. It's got an inside scale for layouts. It's engraved with imperial and metric scales. And it's got an outside scale in case you need to measure your blade height. You can get one of these squares for just $23, and I highly recommend them. They're machine precise, so if you feel like you can't trust your plastic square to get the perfect 45-degree angle, or you feel like you can't trust the bevel gauge on your actual table saw, get you one of these guys and they will make your projects absolute top-notch quality. Item number 8 is probably my favorite item on this list. So without further ado, let me introduce to you guys the Magswitch Vertical Table Saw Featherboard Pro. Now that is a mouthful. In a previous video, I did feature a featherboard, but not one that's anything like this guy. This featherboard is a vertical featherboard that has a strong magnet that works off of a switch that when flipped, it'll attach itself directly to any piece of metal. And in this case, it attaches to your table saw fence. This attachment holds your workpiece down against the table during feeding to prevent ride up and kickback. It also ensures that non-through cuts are a consistent depth all the way through. It's reversible for functionality on either side of the workpiece. It's configured to clamp to the center of your steel table saw fence or at any point on the steel tabletop. It's broadly compatible with different size table saws. Here you see I'm using it on my home shop saw, and also I've used it a ton at work on the cabinet saw. Just like other featherboards, it's fully adjustable. That way if you have different thicknesses of material going through, it's compatible with all of those. This is the first tool of the Magswitch brand that I actually have, and just seeing the construction and durability of it, I'm really interested in getting all the other pieces that they offer. You can get this guy for 76 bucks on TateTools.com, and I definitely think it's worth it. Item number 9 is for those of us who don't really have a whole lot of shop space and need a little help getting material across our table saws. Item number 9 is this Outfeed Roller you can get from Harbor Freight. I'm not necessarily recommending this specific one from Harbor Freight because it's a Haulmaster, and I don't think that they sell these guys anymore, but I got this guy for 12 bucks. They have them in store now for like 24 bucks, and they're a different brand name, but they're the exact same product. These roller stands make it easier than ever to work with oversized lumber. They've got a built-in edge guide that prevents accidental drops by keeping boards aligned and on track as you work. And they're made specifically to bear the weight of the lumber that you're pushing across your table saw. Even if you happen to have an outfeed table, sometimes at the cabinet shop we get boards that can be around 16 to 20 feet. So having an outfeed roller like this as a second hand is extremely useful. And on top of that, when they were cheap at Harbor Freight, we bought them in bulk, ripped them apart, and made them an outfeed lumber roller for our miter saws too. Whether you're in the shop at your main table saw or on the job site at your construction grade saw, an outfeed roller like this can be really, really useful. I do feel like I've been pretty long-winded in this video, so for number 10, I'm going to breeze right through it because it's the cheapest and most self-explanatory item on this list. Item number 10 is this saw blade sleeve from Sealy. I hope I'm pronouncing that brand right. They have a 1-pack and a 3-pack, one for $10.99 and 3 for $30. These are made from softer silicone rubber material. It's very durable. You can rip on it and pull on it and it will not break. If you store and stack your saw blades on top of each other, like on the wall or inside of a trailer or something like that, it is the perfect solution to keep your blade curves nice and protected. That way they don't ding on anything or ding on each other and lose some of that razor sharp cutting power. These specific sleeves are designed for 10-inch saw blades and can hold standard or thin kerf blades. It's got this handy little tab you can use to hang it on the wall of your shop or your trailer or wherever you're working at, or you can use it to carry your saw blades wherever you're going. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I am at 30-something thousand subscribers. If I get to 50K by the end of the year, I'm going to be making 50 wooden mallets to give away absolutely free. Each one of those mallets is upwards of $100 in value. So in essence, we're going to be doing like a $5,000 giveaway if we can reach that goal of 50,000 subscribers. The last time I set a goal, we majorly surpassed it. So I am absolutely certain we can do that again with this goal. Bye-bye. If you watched this video and thought to yourself, man, that was so good, how can I give this guy money to repay him? Then you're in luck. I have a lot of stuff listed on my Etsy store that you can buy to support the channel, so head on over to reformationwoodshop.etsy.com to grab something.